Long ago, the Israelites were ruled by the Philistines, but God had a plan to save his people. One day, an angel of the Lord appeared to a woman who could not have children. The angel said, "You will have a son. He will be set apart for God from birth. No razor must ever touch his hair, for he will begin to rescue Israel from the Philistines." They named him Samson, and the Lord blessed him as he grew. God's Spirit began to stir in him, and with it came incredible strength. As a young man, Samson saw a woman from the Philistines whom he wanted to marry. On his journey to see her, a roaring lion came toward him. Filled with the Spirit of the Lord, Samson tore the lion apart with his bare hands. Later, he found bees had made honey in the lion's body. From this, he made a riddle that confused the Philistines and showed God's power at work in his life. Over time, the Philistines grew to hate Samson. When they came to capture him, God's Spirit came powerfully upon him again. Samson broke free from the ropes that bound him, picked up the jawbone of a donkey, and defeated 1,000 Philistines. Exhausted, he prayed to God, and the Lord provided water from a hollow place in the ground to refresh him. God never left him, even when Samson made mistakes. Years later, Samson fell in love with a woman named Delilah. The Philistine leaders offered her money to discover the secret of his strength. 3 times, Samson tricked her with false answers. But she kept asking until he finally told her the truth, that his strength came from God, symbolized by his uncut hair. While he slept, Delilah had his hair cut off. The Lord's strength left him, and the Philistines captured him. They blinded him and took him to prison. In prison, Samson's hair began to grow again. More importantly, his heart turned back to God. One day, the Philistines gathered for a great feast to celebrate his defeat. They brought Samson out to mock him, not knowing what God was about to do. Samson prayed, "Lord God, please strengthen me once more, so that I may take revenge on the Philistines for my eyes." He stood between 2 great pillars of the temple and pushed with all his might. The Lord gave him strength one final time. The temple collapsed, and Samson defeated more enemies in his death than he had during his life. Samson's story shows that God's strength is greater than any man's power. Even when Samson failed, God's plan still came true. When we turn back to God, He can use us again, no matter what we've done. Samson's life reminds us that real strength doesn't come from muscles or might, but from trusting and obeying God. Share this story with a friend. Subscribe and follow for more bite-sized Bible stories.